Hello. Sorry if I'm looking a bit the worse for wear. I mixed my drinks at the pre-show party. Turns out that cream sherry does not sit well with a pint of my own homemade bathtub turnip moonshine. So, no more sherry for me. Whew. On my right, Jeremy Partington, a geography graduate who, while attending the 60th anniversary of the D-Day landing, found himself inexplicably involved in the medal ceremony. Chris James, a software developer whose greatest wish is to invent a time machine, travel back to the 1970s and watch a set by the legendary comedian Norman Collier. And their captain, Jonathan Carter, a civil servant who came third in a national geography quiz and was given an award by Michael Fish. United by a willingness to be weird, they are the Surrealists. So you've done very well on your trip here. You've had several wins, most recently against the Verbivores. How have you been decompressing between games?
Well, we went back and read, is there a text in this class? And it turns out the answer is no.
Excellent. Oh, that was a tough group. That was one tough group. You are facing this evening, on my left, Taysa Charkey, a museum's interpretation planner who once steered a tall ship safely into Cardiff Harbour. Niall Sheikey, a librarian who shares a birthday with Joss Stone and is named after a renowned architect and Joycean scholar. And their captain, Michael Jelly, a maths graduate who has co-devised a mathematical theorem named the Bowler-Jelly theorem. United by a soft spot for sport, they are the Korfballers. You won your last game against the Fire Eaters. There was a bit of fighting talk before that match. How competitive are you feeling tonight?
Well, I've conferred with the team and we are still prepared to do literally anything to win. So.
Excellent. But what if we made a note of that last time and we've got literally anything ready?
Well, then we'll hopefully be prepared.
Let's get on with the quiz. Now, Surrealists, you won the toss, but you've decided to put the Korfballers in first. So, Michael, please choose a hieroglyph.
2 reads, please.
Now the 2 reads requires you to climb into a bath of green mould and find the hidden mathematical theorems within it.
Again?
What links these pictures? Here's the first.
Look, Shelley.
Okay.
Lovely. Jolly good. Next, please.
Fish. Let's go next.
Next, please. Oh, Lord.
Is that correct?
Was that supposed to happen? Yes.
Yeah. That's odd. Okay, we're
Kate
going to look at
Moss.
them.
Kate Moss. Catherine Thomas.
Is that four Kates?
I think it's Kate.
4 Kates. Next, please.
Steak.
3 seconds.
Oh, Keats.
They're all anagrams of each other.
They are all anagrams of each other. What are we looking at?
We are looking at Keats, it turns out, rather than Shelley. A skate,
Yeah.
That's
Kates,
right.
and some steak.
That's absolutely right. Keats, Kates, skate, steak, they are all anagrams of each other. Well spotted. Back to you, Surrealists, for a choice.
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. OK. What connects these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. Next, please. Defo.
Rural affairs, environment and rural affairs.
TV is there. Defo. Next, please. Open.
3 seconds.
Anything?
Nothing? OK, there is a possible bonus chance for the Korfballers.
Are they all words that have been extended?
No, although you've started in the right area. It is a word one, and it is to do with contracting them. They all start with 3 consecutive letters. T-U-V, H-I-J, D-E-F, N-O-P. What's good is that due to the blossoming of quizzes in the world, particularly pointless, I think, Tuvalu is now so familiar they don't think, that's a weird word, what's going on? Not really looking at the letters, you're thinking of the things that you know about that place. So nobody spotted that one. I did like it, by the way, that during the Kate's question you said, was that supposed to happen? That's what, after a while, I'd only connect on our sort of wonky sets and dodgy cameramen. People start going, is this deliberate? Is any of this meant to be happening? Is it a mistake? But no, it's all real. Back to you then, Korfballers, for a choice. What would you like?
I think we'll have the line, please.
Why not? What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
It's in red. Rose
Yeah,
gold.
pinkish.
It's the, next, please.
Okay, so that's blue.
So is these
It's a change.
flaming hot? Would that be something to do with
Bad
Burger King?
McDonald's or
Yeah, flaming is Burger King, isn't it? Yeah.
No, next, please. Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, so that's crisp flavour.
Oh,
it's
Monster Munch. Monster Munch flavours.
Yes,
Okay.
it's not a
Yeah.
secret, is it? We think they are flavours of Monster Munch in the colours of the packets or thereof.
Well, I'll take that, but there's something I'd rather have heard than the colours of the packets.
The colours of the monsters on the
The
packets.
monsters, that's absolutely right. The creatures, you didn't need to see the big orange one at the end there, pickled onion. But yes, and what's this going, what's happening in brackets here?
Oh, the monster is retired and moved on to the yellow monster's now in charge of pickled onion.
Well, that's right. The monsters were originally employees of Smith's Crisps, and they were later rehired by Walkers, and some of them changed a little bit. The blue monster lost his hat. The yellow monster took over the pickled onion brief of the orange monster when they changed jobs. That's what's going on there. But well remembered. We love those guys. Surrealists, what would you like?
Twisted flax, please.
Twisted flax. OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. Anything?
I went to Eton. That was the thing we had with the thing, wasn't it?
But what's dry bob? Yeah, but what's dry bob? I think we're going to have one more. Next, please.
Just do it.
Yeah? They all went to Eton.
They are Old Etonians. Very well done. You didn't need to see the last one. Commander James Bond, who was removed during the first year for various nefarious things. That's absolutely right. When did you recognise it?
I think Chris had it after Captain Hook.
I think you did. Are you familiar with the term dry bob?
No, not.
Dry bob means that you don't row. That's what that means at Eton. I mean, at most schools, you don't row. But at Eton, if you don't row, you get a special name, dry bob, and Captain James Hook, ironically, was one of those. The others, all Old Etonians. Well done. Korfballers, what would you like?
The Horned Viper, please.
The Horned Viper, OK. Oh, it's the music question. What connects these clues? Here's the first.
This is tiny.
Is it?
Who is it?
Sound. Oh, it's not. Next, please. Guess why they call it blues. Next, please. I feel for you.
I guess that's what blues feeling.
Next, please. There must be an angel banging.
3 seconds.
Yes. Is it bracketed number ones, and they've got 2 sets of brackets?
It's a good guess, but that does not apply to all the clues, I'm afraid. So there's a bonus opportunity for the Surrealists.
They all feature harmonica parts.
I need to hear something more
Stevie
than that for a
Wonder.
bonus
Played
point.
the Stevie Wonder playing the harmonica.
Very well done. They all feature Stevie Wonder guesting on the harmonica. What are the songs?
Well, the last one was Annie Lennox as an orchestra of angels.
Play with my heart.
There must be an angel.
There must be an angel, brackets, playing with my heart.
The Elton John one was, I
Guess that's
guess
what
they call it the blues.
I feel for you, Chaka Khan.
Or Shaka
Yep.
Khan, the last one.
Rufus and Chaka.
I
But I
feel
don't know
for
what
you,
it's called.
just Chaka Khan on her own. First one, As Time Goes By, covered by Carly Simon with Stevie Wonder on the harmonica. So well done, you get the bonus and you get your own question, water. What is the connection between these water clues? Here's the first.
Anything? Next, please. Anything? Next, please. That must be endings.
Polyhedron. It's things like...
With Polly in front. So they all...
Polly, it's related. Yes, it is Polly. Presumably Polly.
They can all be preceded by Polly, P-O-L-Y, to give you the answer underneath.
The definition.
Yeah.
Very well done. You didn't need to see the last one, which hinted at Polynesia, the sub-region of Oceania. Very well done. Well spotted. Polyp and abnormal growth. You get them in your nose if you have breathing disorders. I think I share with many only connectors a terrible history with polyps. Oh, I'm a slave to my polyps. Polymath, a Renaissance man, which we hope we have many of here. Man in the more general sense, of course. Polymnia? What can you tell me about that?
Presumably a love of
As a muse and...
Which one is she?
What sort of muse?
Artist muse, I presume.
One of the original 9
Tragedy.
muses in Greek mythology. That's absolutely right. Well done. That means at the end of round 1, the Korfballers have 3 points. The Surrealists have 5. On to round 2, the sequences round. You sneeze a lot, you get polyps. That's the sort of sequence I'm talking about. Korfballers, you'll be going first again. Which question would you like?
The Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. OK, what would you expect to come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Who England played in.
Oh, then this would be the one they won. So I think F is Australia.
This is rugby.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Is it F : Australia?
It is not F : Australia. Good gamble, but not the right answer, so I'm going to show the third in the sequence to the Surrealists for a possible bonus point.
I've got that long.
I can't give you long.
F : New Zealand.
Not it. It's F : Belgium. What do you think the sequence is?
Well, we did think it was the England World Cup run in 2003, sorry. And now we think it might be tennis.
It is tennis. It is the 2015 Davis Cup opponents of Britain. And in the final, they were up against Belgium. How did they get on against Belgium?
They won.
They won. First time they'd won the Davis Cup since 1936. Yes. Excellent. That's why you should have remembered it. So no points there, but Surrealists, you may choose a question.
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Belgium and I don't know why it's 2 or 4.
Before, what's the sequence?
Try the last one.
Next one, please.
70, I'm sorry. U-U-N, 4 of 4.
It's what? 9 would be ends.
I've got 4 of 4 U.
3 seconds.
4 of 4, U, U-N, large U, and then small U-N.
Not the right answer, I'm afraid. So, Korfballers, you've got the chance of a bonus.
H. We think 4 of 4, U-U-H.
That's not it either. What do you think the sequence is over there?
Chemical elements for the ones, transuranic ones, but I don't know.
That's right, they're elements that have been added to the periodic table. At time of recording, they've simply got the names 113ium, 115ium, and so on. And the last one is 4 for UUO, because we're translating numbers into Latin, and 118ium, ununoctium, UUO. It reminds you of the Tom Lehrer song. Do you know the Tom Lehrer song?
Not well enough to sing it.
These are the only ones of which the news has come to Harvard, and there may be many others, but they haven't been discovered. The Element song, and these are new elements, not yet permanently named. Korfballers, what would you like next?
I think we'll revert to type and have the lion, please.
The lion, OK. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
She played cat. A shot.
Did she?
Yeah.
She had Hathaway.
She's done other things as well.
That's a bit of
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, so... No, really?
Diddley Rose.
Oh, who played it most recently? It was Halle Berry.
Halle Berry and Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Is the right answer. Well done. What are we looking at?
We're looking at various stages of Catwomen.
That's absolutely right. Well, not necessarily stages, but these are all Catwomen. Yes, and they're the 4 people to play Catwoman in live-action cinema release films, and the next would be Anne Hathaway. Well done. Which is the best Catwoman?
Anne Hathaway.
Really?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I'm no fan.
Obviously Michelle Pfeiffer. Possibly Lee Merriweather. I mean, she was a great Catwoman. You're too young. Too young. I'm also too young, by the way. I've just seen old repeats. That's all that is. Surrealists, what would you like?
Horned Viper, please.
The Horned Viper. What would come fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
So let's
We'll be back. Next, please. So the states are going
biggest.
backwards
Oh,
in
it's third
size.
with population.
So it's going to be sort of first.
California.
No, they've got California.
Alaska,
Alaska.
and California is the most populous state. So
Yeah.
Alaska.
First Alaska. First Alaska, California.
Well done. That is the right answer. And why?
So the state on the top is going backwards in order of size, so it finishes with the largest, and the state underneath is going upwards in sizes of population, so it finishes with the most populous.
That's right. So they're sizes of American states going backwards, and the top one is the size geographically and the lowest one by population. So Alaska, for example, like my last birthday party, huge with no people, and California is full of people but not as big. Very well calculated. Well done to you. Korfballers, what would you like next?
The Twisted Flax, please.
Twisted Flax. OK, these are going to be picture clues. What would you expect to see in the fourth picture? Here's the first.
Next, please. Next, please. Okay, so is it just the decreasing thing? So it's just going to be the microscope, the yeah, I know it's worth. Yeah. Is it a magnifying glass, possibly with the letter I in it?
It is a magnifying glass with the letter I in it. Very well done. What are we looking at?
Concentric parts of the QI logo.
That's absolutely right. We're going into the QI roundel. Do you know what features in these images of the outer circles?
I'm sure they're extremely clever people's writings.
Well, it depends on your point of view. The first one is the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's in that circle. Then Newtonian scientific formulae. And then clue 3, that white one, that's an astrological clock. We're going in towards the QI logo of the eye in the middle. Well done. Surrealists, one question remains. It's water again. What would you expect to see fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please. Is it something with one? Is it? No, is it one sword? 4 swords, 3 swords?
Yeah,
2
something with
swords.
one sword. I don't know. Would it be something with one sword?
Well, like,
Try
yeah,
another one.
sure. Should we go for it? Well, we know what has 2 swords. Make a decision.
Anything with one sword.
Yeah,
Go
okay,
for it.
yeah. D'Artagnan,
And why would that be?
because he has 1 sword.
I would accept that answer, even though I expect D'Artagnan probably has millions of swords, but if you mean
One
the
at a
one
time, I think.
primary sword, one at a time, often the rule with swords, that is the right answer. Very well done. Can you describe the recuperation card in the tarot?
You must have
4
4
swords.
swords on it.
Well, it's a knight. It's a knight with 1 sword, but 3 swords hanging above. The flag of Essex, 3 Saxon swords. And what about a battlefield on an alternate survey map?
Isn't it?
2 crossed swords, exactly. And something with 1 sword, like the Statue of Justice or D'Artagnan or me when I'm in an old-fashioned mood. 1 sword. Something with 1 sword is correct. That means at the end of round 2, the Korfballers have 8 points. The Surrealists have 11. Time now for the connecting wall. And Surrealists, you'll be going first this time. So please choose lion or water.
Lion, please.
OK, you have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
Polyphemus, Calypso, Nausicaa, Circe were all from...
So was Nestor.
Which one? Nestor. Fuchsia pink, coral pink, shocking pink.
oyster.
No, because I think
That's card,
that's a
isn't it?
card. That's
Octopus
a
pink?
card. I think that might be a card as well.
Oyster pink. Right. Which is a card? Get me there.
Yeah. And your oyster card.
No, we had
Oh, we've had
oyster.
that, right.
Navigo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Try octopus.
Oh yes, that rings about Calypso rings a bell actually.
Try that then. There we
Right.
go.
So
3
we've
lives
got
now.
travel cards and pinks.
We've got
So we've got Polyphemus,
And the-
Circe, Nausicaa, all from the
Mojito.
Odyssey.
and so's Nestor. He's the answer.
So what's Santeria, Aki?
These are Jamaica, aren't they? That's the national
Well, that's
food.
Caribbean. Is it Jamaican and mojito or Cuban? Maybe Caribbean. That's Caribbean. That's Caribbean.
That one? That's Caribbean. Right, we might have to
That's
start.
a kind of fish,
Yeah,
isn't
have
it?
one go at it.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
go on then. Try
So we
it.
think that's the
We think that's
Odyssey.
what, yeah.
Yeah. It's Polyphemus in the end. And what are we
Yeah,
going to say for this?
Yeah.
From the Caribbean.
Caribbean.
What is Aki?
It's
food.
fish.
You've solved the wall. Very well done. So that's an immediate 4 points. What about the connections? Tell me about the blue group: coral, oyster, shocking, fuchsia.
They're all types of pink.
They are all types of pink. And what about the green one, starting Navigo?
They're forms of travel card.
The electronic travel card.
That's right, smart travel cards from around the world. And what about the next group, starting Nausicaa or Nausicaa, or
They're in Homer's Odyssey.
they are characters in the Odyssey. That's absolutely right. And the last turquoise group, starting Santeria.
They come from the Caribbean.
They are all from the Caribbean. So 4 points for the groups you found, 4 more for the connections, and the bonus for getting it all right. That is the maximum of 10. Very well done. Let's bring in the Korfballers now, give them the other connecting wall, and see what they can do about finding the hidden groups. It'll be the water wall for you. The line's been taken. You've got 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
We have Roman officers, Surrealist Centurion,
Leggish.
and Ideal is another one. Frink is a sculptor.
There's also a fictional
Ideal.
professor.
Okay.
As is Robert
Professor.
Langdon.
And Van Helsing.
Should we start with those?
Yeah.
Is there another one that we can think
I don't know.
Abrams.
of?
Should we try the Romans?
Good Robbins, yeah.
Yeah.
A consul, there's lots of them. Let's try just the actual army ones. Nope. So they could be.
Lovely.
What else is a centurion then?
Is it Shuttles Challenger? or
Oh yeah,
something?
don't think so.
Paper chase, paper tiger, paper trail, paper
Yeah,
money,
lovely. That's
paper clip. So there's 5
okay.
of those.
I
Shall we go
want
for
to get. I'll try and get rid of them.
three?
3 lives now.
So, fictional professors. We've done.
Did we do
one of those,
Abrams?
so
A
Centurion,
Langton
Tiger,
we didn't look
Challenger.
up before, did we?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Which what would those be? We don't need to. We need to get those 3.
Yeah. I think we have to start trying things. Let's get
Okay, so which are we going to drop?
Let's try these professors again because I think Centurion, Tiger, Challenger we can be fairly confident are together.
Right. So we've missed out those 2 each. So let's try missing out Fink. Okay. So we're just going to go for it and miss out Van Helsing. Is there anything we can think of here?
30 seconds.
What's
and
the film
one
called
go.
with Van Helsing? Van Helsing.
It's
Yeah,
Van Helsing.
Dracula.
It's Interview with a Vampire. Is it? Let's just put them in and then be ready to press it. Anything? Centuries. Yeah.
10 seconds. Nope, that's your 3rd life. The wall has frozen. But you found 2 groups, so that's 2 points immediately. And what about the connections? Tell me about the first blue group, starting Praetor.
They're officers in the Roman army.
I'm sorry, they are Roman officials, but not in the military. An aedile is actually a magistrate. A consul is also a sort of magistrate. I think a legate is in the army, but they're not all military, just Roman officials. What about the green group? Clip, chase, money, trail.
They can all be preceded by paper.
That's right, paper clip, paper chase, paper money and paper trail. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There we go. Centurion, Tiger, Abrams, Merkava.
Strange versions of World leaders. No.
Strange versions of world leaders. Do you know, in a weird way, it almost is world leaders. They're military tanks. So if you're going to say that the weaponry rules us all, which I'm not going to say because I can't give you the point, but yes, they are various types of military tank. And the turquoise group, Challenger, Langdon, Van Helsing, Frink.
You think they're fictional professors?
They are all fictional professors. So you found 2 groups and 2 connections. That is a total of 4. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The Korfballers have 12 points. The Surrealists have 21. But of course, this is our new format where somebody goes to the semi-final and nobody goes home. So none of this matters. With that in mind, let's play Missing Vowels. Fingers on buzzers teams. I can tell you that the first group are all varieties of sunflower. Surrealists?
Mongolian giant?
Correct. Korfballers?
Summer breeze.
Lovely. Korfballers?
Italian white.
Yes, it is. Surrealists?
Teddy bear.
What a lovely group. Next category, films with a word changed for its opposite. Korfballers?
Majority Report.
Correct. Korfballers?
South by Southeast.
Correct. Korfballers?
Mary Puppets.
Not it, I'm afraid. Surrealists? Nope, to be an opposite, it must be Mary Pop-Outs. Next clue. Surrealists?
Losing Nemo.
Yes, it is. Next category, a jukebox musical and its artist. Surrealists?
We Will Rock You and Queen.
Correct. Korfballers?
Sunshine on Leith and the Proclaimers.
Well done. Surrealists?
Our House and Madness.
Yes, it is. So Korfballers?
Mamma Mia and ABBA.
Correct. There will be no new category because the bell has gone for the end of the quiz, and after a rather impressive round 4, I can tell you that the winners and straight through to the semi-finals with 26 points are the Surrealists. Very well done. In second place with 17, it's the Korfballers. But of course, you're not going home. Nobody ever goes home now. Welcome to the Hotel California. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm terribly sorry about those weird noises from my stomach during the wall round. I made the mistake of trying to improve my hangover by having a knockelwurst from the German cold-cut platter at lunch. I'm actually going to go off now and have another one. That'll sort me out. Like getting a second bang on the head in a cartoon. Goodbye.
Revealing the sheer amount of energy packed into each small grain of rice. In a new series, Michael Mosley reveals the secrets of your food. Next on BBC Two.